gosh, what the fuck is up with my hair? Jeez, hello you guys. So I wanted to go live today because I'm just in a ranting mood. Like, I am so just, oh, this is tough. So I figured I could just I have to do laundry later. I'm not going to do it now because I'm still going to work today, but I'm going to work later in the day. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to rant a little bit. So this is going to be a hormonal bitch moment for sure. This is going to be me just talking about a bunch of bullshit. Hello, bot. So yes, it is. Because I figured I'd just go live and then I would just go to work after. While I try to let my herbs kick in, because my herbs, I took them late today, which was a huge mistake. Oh my God, what a fucking huge mistake. I didn't. I start bloating again after, so it's not going to happen for a while. I'm sure you I don't know if you know, because you haven't been SMO, but when you're SMO and you lose weight, you tend to go down and then you go up and then you go down and then you go up. So it's like a wave of time. And then I tend to bloat a lot in the middle of the month, where I just bloat and I stay bloated for like 2 weeks. It's literally like I have a cycle. But as I said, the end of the month is usually when I lose. So, but anyways, so I don't know what to do because, like, you know how it's been forever, right, on this channel. It's like I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for spring to come, right? And spring is springing. Spring is coming. It's becoming a vibe. And it is changing my hormones. I am shifting. Can you share it, by the way, bot? Since I didn't. Oh gosh, I feel like I have diarrhea again. This is just crazy. Spring is March 20th or March. Some people say March 19th, but it's typically March 20th. It's the day of the equinox. Whenever the equinox is. Oh my gosh. So I was just like, obviously things have been developing further, and it seems like this spring, it seems like I'm going to have a lot of allergies, which I'm like, ew. So I'm keep getting all these things that I had in high school. It's like allergies, a little bit of asthma, a little bit of, this type of stuff. I'm very uncoordinated. I'm extremely awkward because, like, I didn't really have any Riz, really. Hello, Lisa. I didn't really have any Riz anyways, to be honest, especially because I've been the deaf for like a year almost. And so I've just been ignored forever, right? And I think when you're ignored, like at first it was like, oh gosh, this is so horrible and blah, blah, blah. But then over time, it's like you kind of get used to it. And then now it's ending. And it's like people are trying to talk to me, or like they're responding to me more, or they're seeing me more. And then it's like I don't have any Riz. I'm completely out of touch. And it's just really awkward. And I mean, like, really bad. Like, because again, like, I'm in the public a lot. And so when I'm in public, people are like talking to me and stuff. And it's really cringe. It's very cringy. Like, I cannot talk to people at all in public at all. I'm extremely shy and just not even just shy, but just awkward. And it's like I have a lot of really bad moments. So it's like I bump into things, I'm clumsy, I'm uncoordinated. Um it's just a lot of stuff, and it's like it keeps going on, like, it keeps happening, and I feel like it's getting worse and worse. And then at the same time, it's like I have that kind of high school mindset where it's like I feel very insecure, just, like, very insecure in general, and it's like, I don't think there's anything I can do about this, like, I think this is just gonna happen, you know? So if this continues, I might have to call this spring Poindexter spring because that's what I feel like I'm going into. I feel like I'm becoming extremely nerdy, awkward vibe. And it's not like last year. Last year, it's like I was gagged. It was like gag order. Which, if you look at Kesha, she made this album called Gag Order. That's how I felt last year. It was like a very serious duff phase of like, I'm so incredibly depressed, or I'm so incredibly ashamed. I don't even talk, or I don't even go out, or I don't even this, I don't even that. But it's like, I don't feel that way. Like, I'm willing to talk to people, but it comes across as like a flop after flop after flop. And it's just like, ooh. And so I don't know. I think it's just like total social unawareness or just not with it, not with the program at all. And I think too, it's because like when I say things now or when I talk, people take it differently because I look different. And I don't know, maybe for an extrovert, that'd just be a really easy pivot, or it'd be something that would be really like they could just very quickly adapt to. But for me, it's not like that. It's like very difficult because the things that I used to say, I feel like they used to be taken less seriously, or they were not as, I don't know. It's like almost as if when I would attack people, it sounds so bad, but whatever. Stream of consciousness, right? It's almost as if when I would attack people before, it didn't hurt them as much or they didn't think of it as anything. But now they do because people care a little bit more about what I say. And that's not to say in public, I'm talking about more so online. It's like I had this super awkward interaction with ASMR guy. Love how awkward I am. Love how awkward he is. But basically, I guess he posted this video where he was drunk the night before. And so he woke up, he was kind of hungover, and he did this, like, I'm getting ready for the gym type of video. And even in the video, he said that his outfit wasn't it. And I agreed. I basically commented and I was like, you look good, but that is not a good outfit kind of thing. Kind of said something to that effect. And he like made fun of me because I said that. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay. So I think I was trying to be funny, but I guess it didn't hit or whatever, which is fine. I don't really care. If I flop, I flop. I don't really give a shit. But it's like, ew. Like he really was like triggered. And that wasn't me trying to trigger somebody like at all. That was just like casual, you know? That's fine, Lisa. So, and then like even somebody else, like there was this really cool anti-FA influencer, which she was on Obese to Beast. I commented on her page and she like immediately responded. And like maybe she's just on top of her social media, but it's like I just don't think that that stuff used to happen to me. So it's like I don't know what to do when it seems like all of a sudden the words I say have more weight and I'm not that great at this anymore. And I think I don't know if I was better at speaking or if people just didn't care what I was saying. Or maybe it's a little bit of both, but all of a sudden I'm not that good at speaking anymore and people do care what I say, or like even a joke is taken as an attack or something. You know, it's just like, ew, this is weird. Like, I don't know. I just didn't even think it was that big of a thing. But it's like, I don't want to be one of those, fans of this guy that's like just blowing air up his ass all the time. Like, I don't think it was a cute outfit. I don't. I stand by it. It wasn't cute. it didn't go very well. It was too busy. But, people are so insecure, and I'm insecure. So it's like, how am I supposed to deal with that? When I'm insecure, they're insecure. I don't know. That's why we titled this stream this way. Because, other people are cheer captains and I'm on the bleachers. I suck. This feels so high school, and it's like, ew. I do not want to go back to high school, but I guess that's what happens when you get to your high school weight. You just start feeling like you're in high school again or something. I don't know. But like I said, I think I'm like Poindexter levels of hypo now. So I don't know, maybe your typical. Well, of course you would say that, Bot, because you're introverted. You have to say that. I'm just kidding. You have to believe that. But you see, I'm becoming the really awkward Duff, the Poindexter Duff, the one that has outbursts and is kind of spazzy. That's what I'm turning into. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I do think it's better for sure, but it doesn't feel better. It feels weird. But I'm telling you, this is not it. I'm so awkward. I feel so awkward all the time. And yeah, like I said, I think that effect of other people taking you more seriously, or other people just viewing what you say differently. I think with other people who are probably more adaptable, it would be easy, or just a quick pivot. And it's like the other day I was asking Eric for advice, and it's like he had zero advice to give me. There was nothing he could say. And I was just so irritated. I'm like, oh my God, this is so because he's just like, well, I'm just Becky Baker and I can just talk to people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not like that. In fact, I feel even more introverted. I don't like it when other people are around me at all now. I reached a point where when I'm in public, I don't like it when people are around me. I was asking him for advice in terms of certain dating advice, or just things like that. Because I don't know how to handle the intimidation factor, because the guys that I tend to like, as you guys know, they're very extroverted. And the thing is everybody feels or everybody acts like extroverts are really confident and extremely sure of themselves and all these things, but that's usually not true at all. And so it's I don't know what to do, because, when you're dealing with guys like that, if I'm becoming a little bit more intimidating, or like I said, if the words that I say, I guarantee you, if a super ugly person would have said that to the ASMR guy, he probably wouldn't have even responded. But I actually triggered him, and he tried to make fun of me. And then, I don't know. It's weird. I know this is such a weird thing to even talk about, but I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do, because I feel like I worked really hard to help my image, and I feel like it's not going to last very long, because I don't know. I think my whole image was just that I didn't say anything. So to a certain extent anyways, but I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. So that's kind of what happens when you're just getting painfully awkward. And like I said, in person, it's even worse. It's I can't even, I think somebody tried to say hi to me in public, and I was really bad. And this is just a woman. This is not anything romantic. So it's not even just a romantic thing. It's just in general. And it's literally horrifying. It is just horrible. So I'm really Poindexter now. And I feel like I'm just extremely researchy and introverted. And Awkward. I feel like I'm bot now. I've become bot. Just kidding. I've turned into bot. And I don't know what to do because I'm I don't know. Like it's like I'm literally trying to do a job that's more extroverted and it's like what do I do if I don't have any riz at all or like anything like that or because I think that's the whole thing of introvert riz is like oh you're so sure of yourself or oh like you don't care what people think or whatever and it's like I still don't care what people think but I do feel like attacked more. I don't know how to describe it. Like I don't even know if ASMR guy was making fun of me, but I feel like he was. Does that make sense? I don't know if he was trying to joke back or if he was like attacking me. And that's what it is. So it's like I feel more sensitive too. So it's like when people say things, I'm like, you're trying to slight me now, you know? It's just so awful. It's really cringe. It's very high school. Very high school. And I think I literally I understand so much more about my high school experience now because obviously these days I can look past the hormones or like not dive deep or I don't know, like I don't just dive into it and think that it's 100% reality anymore. But it's like I feel very similarly to that time, and it's like, I worked really hard to get confident and do all this, and it's like, it's all gone. That's how I felt last year too, so I don't know. I think it's the uptick in the fat burning because it is getting to spring, and so I think it's having effects, like, I have horrific muscle stiffness. This muscle right here, it's injured somehow. I got like a repetitive motion injury. So my neck is killing me because my muscles are so tight and so rigid from the serotonin issues. And then the restlessness is terrible. Oh, see? See, bot? I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm so glad I know you, bot. I mean, it's kind of sad that you've been on those drugs and stuff, but I like that I can know like that kind of thing, you know, like I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate your knowledge a lot. Yes. So I'm like, this muscle's really tight. I cut my finger open on something. I have no idea how. And so that was something I had to deal with. It healed though. But I did that. It's like I sliced my finger open. I don't know how I did. I'm worried. I'm not super worried, but I'm a little nervous. Like, I'm like, I hope I don't get in a car accident. Like, I try to be really paying attention when I'm driving and stuff because I'm like a little bit out of it. Kind of space cadet. And I don't feel like I did last year. Like, I have to reiterate, I felt so much worse last year. Like, last year, it was like a year ago, it was like unaliving myself depression feelings which I knew they were hormonal, that wasn't real, but it's still that serotonin issue, right? And like deep, deep rage and like flip out rage attacks and like really fighting. Like me and my mom were fighting really, really, really bad a year ago. So it's not like that. It's like a cute version of that. So it's like I'm awkward and uncoordinated and this, and maybe it can be more funny, I guess, which I guess is better than nothing. It's better than like deep and serious and like, oh my gosh, of last year, you know? I was not doing very well last year at all. But it's like because I'm doing better, it's like I don't feel the need to be quiet either. So then I keep having these awkward moments. I've gotten it to where I can somehow send off the message that I don't like to talk without being rude, and people keep their talk to me short, even cashiers. I do that too. That's just introvert skills. That's like basic introversion. But it's like I'm not always trying to be that way, but at the same time, I am. It's weird. Like I feel extremely ambivalent all the time. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't want to talk, but I do, but I don't want to do this, but I do, but I don't want to do that, but I do. It's constant, constant, like I'm this, but I'm not all the time. And then it's just a lot of like I said, it's just super awkward. I don't know. I'm super awkward in public. Like, ugh, gosh, I could see myself falling down or something, like, at some point, like, it's that bad. So I'm like, "Oh gosh." Like, I remember last year in the spring, I was so uncoordinated, I kept dropping my phone. I dropped my phone, like, 50 billion times last spring. So I don't know what it is about spring, but I do get very space cadet, and it's kinda happening again. And I'm just like, "Oh gosh." But I'm able to sleep, like, what you asked, I slept a lot. 'Cause I'm trying to rest, because I do feel a little worn out, because I had to get my rent and stuff, which I did, which is good. So, like, that's totally good. Like, I've totally been able to work well, like, I have good energy levels. Um, I'm so much better than I was, but it's like, oh gosh, it's like you're just constantly trading one set of problems for the other. That's what it feels like. And so I'm like, "Ugh." And, yeah, I think when I was in high school, I did have that impression that extroverted guys and stuff, or like extroverts, were so sure of themselves. But now I don't feel that way. I'm like, I don't think they are. But then it's like, what do you do when neither one of you is? Then it's like, you know? So I don't know. I'm not sure about what to do with that. Yeah, I agree with that, but and for me, like, I'm not necessarily looking for confidence from other people. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But that muscle is so bad. It hurts so bad. But I tried cupping and it didn't work very well. It's bad. Oh man. How did you get through that, bot? How did you get through the muscle tightness thing? It's so bad. Oh my god, you're for years? Thanks, Spot, and I do feel like I'm gonna have diarrhea again. I'm just saying it, I don't care anymore. I think I'm at a point where I just don't care. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. But, jeez, I do not want that to be for 17 years. That is horrifying. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna stretch. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess I just have to deal with it. There's nothing for me to do because I'm stuck. I can't afford to eat more. So I can't like slow it down or anything. I can't. I have to just deal. So, and then I think as the season changes, it just speeds up or it just gets more and more. Yeah, supposedly. I was telling Lisa that astrologically, I think I'm gonna hit like a peak hormonal storm this summer. I think this summer is gonna be insane. But I guess it doesn't matter, like, because I don't feel less liked. So I guess people like awkwardness or something. I don't know. Maybe it's relatable. I don't know. But it's not like last year where I was like less liked. It's just like I don't like it. I don't know. I'm not happy. Or like I'm not unhappy. I'm just not confident, I guess. Yeah, I'm just not confident at all. So I don't know. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that to be like, he's gonna make fun of his own outfit, and then if I make fun of it, then it's a huge issue. It's like, I'm so tired of that. That has been such a thing with like guys in my life for such a long time. It's so annoying. And it's like Why is it only okay for you to make fun of yourself? Why am I not allowed to? I'm never allowed to. I can't ever say something. It's always a problem if I do it, you know? But it's like, it was bad. I don't know. Like I said, I stand by what I said. I'm not taking it back. I didn't apologize. I didn't delete it. I left it. And I'm like, I don't care if you're making fun of me because I'm not the one that's hungover and I have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not going to say what he said because it's not that big of a deal and it's going to make me look dumb. So I'm not going to say it. It was nothing that bad. It was nothing that bad. But still, that's what happens when I'm insecure. So, but yeah, I ain't giving, I don't know. It's weird. It's really awkward. So I don't know. I guess I'll probably vibe better with a guy that's actually confident or something because I'm not. So, oof, it's painful. Painfully awkward. Um, Gosh, it makes me wonder too if like what if any Riz or extroversion I had was just like based on illness and like death. It was like my body trying to survive or something. It's like my body was trying to like give me this false sense of security and extroversion ish just so I could make it through another day kind of thing. And now that I'm not dying anymore, it's like just gone and it's just like, oh wow. Feels like a bubble burst. That's what it feels like. It's like all the stuff I was like, "Oh, I'm doing so good," or like, "Oh, I have this, I have that." Like it wasn't real, you know? And the reality just comes through. It's like, I'm not that confident. It's all bullshit, you know? It's all fake to a certain extent. Like it's weird. That's kind of how it feels. It's like when the shell of the fatness comes off and then you're just there, then it's like, ooh, there really isn't anything there, is there? You know? And when people aren't necessarily kept at arm's length anymore because you're more approachable, then it shows how like awkward you actually are, or like how not a thing you are, how not it you actually are. And I don't know. I do think that there is, I don't know. It's just different. I think it's really different when you're introverted and stuff. It's just weird. So, I don't know. This is the kind of stuff I was avoiding. It's like I always say, I feel like no matter what, I feel like every step I take, I just think this is why I didn't lose weight. It's like this is another reason. This is like another of my 13 reasons why I didn't lose weight is because of this. Because this type of stuff, this bothered me in like high school and junior high really bad. And yeah, pretty much, but, and so I think that that was another thing that I didn't wanna deal with. I didn't wanna deal with the awkwardness, and it's like when you're just really fat, then you're just awkward in general, and so it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you say because you're just awkward. Whereas now it's like I could be less awkward, or like I said, I just don't have that. So it's like I'm getting people saying hi, like, spontaneously, or they're like, "Hi, da da da, how's this?" and da da da, like, it's just different. Whereas when I was ignored, it's like I never had to deal with it, so it didn't matter. So I think there is something to, like, becoming more mainstream, and then people just thrust these expectations on you as you become more mainstream. Yeah, I guess I could. I love that you're giving me introvert strategies. That's actually not a bad idea, but I just can't afford them right now. But that actually might not be a bad idea. That might actually help. I need to get sunglasses to wear indoors and big headphones and um Yeah, like, I remember this one time as a joke, me and my cousins, we all dressed up. We called it, it was back before SJW was a term, but we dressed up as live atheists. That's what I used to call them. And so I had a shirt that said I was the atheist in the group, and I had a shirt that said I can't remember what it said. It was so douchey though. It was such a douchebag shirt. It said like it's something along the lines of like, "I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in fairy tales," or something. It's like it was something like that, but it was worse. It was like more asshole-ish than that. I don't know how to say it, but I can't remember what it actually said. No, I was not an atheist. We were dressing up as live atheists. It was like a liberal atheist cosplay. So like my one cousin, he dressed up as like a European, he wore like pink shorts and boat shoes, that kind of thing. My one my I don't remember if they were dating or not yet, but they might have been dating, but my cousin's boyfriend dressed up as a vegan. So he had like a shirt that said go vegan on it. And then my cousin, she dressed up as like boho. So like she had like the flower crown and all that. And then I wore an atheist shirt. And we just kind of went out like that all around Orange County. And what I was trying to say is when I wore that shirt, it was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember what it said, but it was such a dick shirt. It really was. It was like I said, it was something to the effect of like, I'm an atheist because I don't believe in fairy tales. It's something along those lines. It was worse than that. So if you could like think of it, but make it worse, that was the shirt I wore. And oh my God, you guys, like, I just need to wear that shirt again. Everybody stayed away from me. And then there was this one guy, because we went to a bar. This is like back in 2014, by the way. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, like I wore that shirt and I had like a neck beard and stuff. And I had like the glasses and all that. And people just avoided me. Oh yeah, probably, but literally they avoided me like the plague. I was like persona non grata, and I was like, yeah, because I'm an atheist, blah blah. And I was just like really going for it, right? Because that was the point, is we are like playing it up. And this one guy at one of the bars we went to, he literally, oh no, it wasn't a bar. I don't remember. Whatever. Not important detail. I think it was a bar, but it was like a restaurant too. But we went to one and there was like pool tables. And this one guy, he walked up to me and he was like, I'm an atheist too. And I agree with your shirt. And then he gave me a hug. Isn't that scarring? I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And afterwards, like I almost died, of course. But of course, we were just going with it in the moment because it was funny. And of course, I was still playing the part, right? It was so cringy. But yeah, like if I could wear a shirt like that again, that would probably work, especially in Alabama. Oh my God. People would be like, oh my gosh. But I don't know what's worse. Like, well, I think it's fine that everybody stays away, but the type of people you draw to you, I don't know. It's like any avoidance of other people that I got from wearing that shirt, it was canceled out by that guy wanting to hug me. He's like, I don't believe either, blah, blah, blah. Oh gosh, it was so cringe. Ugh. So I almost died when that happened, but I don't know. I don't know. That's my life. That was in California, Orange County. So even in Orange County, it was not, or like even in California, it's like not a thing to be an atheist. Never look at anyone, then they think they can talk to you. Okay. I usually don't. I really try not to. But literally, like I'm at a level of introversion where when I park in a parking lot, if somebody parks next to me, I get irritated. Like that's how introverted I am right now. I don't like it. And so I'm like, oh, like this is really bad. Like, or not bad, but it's just like really, really, really introverted, like a little too much, like kind of Too introverted? Yeah, well, that's just classic. I still do that. Yeah, some of these things are not like these are just like unspoken rules, but this is not like you're so crazy that you did that. Like I still, if it's too much in an aisle, I will not go down there. I won't. Period. I just won't. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I guess I really gotta figure it out again because I'm like, ooh, I don't have an atheist shirt anymore to wear. But yeah, I would never forget how I was treated that day. It was pretty wild, but it was a really dickish shirt. Like it was really bad. I can't remember, but I wish I remember what it said, but it was horrible. But I ordered it specifically for that day. Dye your hair pink and wear a rainbow shirt. No, because then I feel like no, I don't think that would work either because people people who are that way too they'll like really come up to you and want to have a conversation with you about it. And it's like, I don't want that. That would be even worse, right? That's like an even worse outcome because it's like when I had that one person, and this is like back in 2022, but I did have somebody ask me my pronouns. He was like, I just don't want to assume your pronouns. I think he was a millennial, which is really scarring. He's like an elder millennial, like upper 30s. Um, and he's like, I don't want to assume your gender. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I don't even know what to say. But I wasn't as awkward at that point. But if that were to happen to me now, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would say now because again, it's weird. It's like I'm not a secret extrovert, it's like I'm just awkward legitimately and I still don't care what other people think. Like I feel like there's a lot of like shy extroverts where they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to say the wrong thing," or da, da, da. Like I don't really care about saying the wrong thing, but it's like I still have to deal with the awkwardness. Like I'm still awkward. So I don't it's not like I care if they don't like me. I care that I have to deal with the anxiety and awkwardness, like, you know. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that is a vibe, but I don't care anymore either. Just don't want to talk to them, period. That is basically it. Yes. Yes. If someone says, "What do you do for a job?" I just go, "Nothing." I mean, I'm good with that. Like, I remember back in 2014, I was hanging out with this super extroverted guy, and he was like, I'm an extrovert, but I'm going to fix you, which is horrible, by the way. Good luck with that. So all the extroverts out there, good fucking luck. Um, but he was like, when you're at the grocery store or like when you're checking out, he's like, if they're asking you a question, like you gotta like build on the conversation and just keep going and da da da. And he's like, the way you talk, you're shutting it down. And I was like, that's what I want. I want to shut it down. That's why I'm doing that. I don't want it to go on. I want it to stop as soon as possible. Period. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk. I tend to do a lot of self checkout because I don't want to talk. I just don't. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, each word is expensive. Yes. Unless if I'm on here because I'm alone, because that's the other introvert thing. When you're alone, then you're just like, yes, queen, whatever. And then if you're around people, then it's like, oh no, immediately turns off. It's like, conceal it, don't feel it, don't let it show. So, yeah, I think that that's where I'm at right now. And I think I just feel very Poindexter. I feel very researchy, and hopefully it doesn't like ruin my channel or whatever. But it's like I have to keep living. Like I'm gonna have to just keep posting. It's not like I can wait until I don't feel this way. Like, but I know it will change. It probably will change. It always does. Everything always changes. Um, every year has been different. Every season has been different on this journey. So it's just like, here we go, awkward spring. And it's like eclipse season. And it's just like, oh gosh. And then I wonder if I'm gonna like have another great depoof moment where I really, really rapidly debloat or rapidly lose weight. I've had that happen a few times. There was one time in the fall of 2021, I literally lost, I think I lost like 8 inches in 3 months or something, which is insane. And then the second time that happened was in spring of 22. I lost, I think, like 6 inches very quickly. And so I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have something like that happen because I weigh less than I did in the fall, but my waist is still a little bit bigger and I weigh less. So it's like weird. And then my face looks different than it did in October. Like I still look a little bit pudge, like a slight pudge or slightly poofed, which it makes sense. It's still winter, but it's like, I just wonder what's going to happen. Because usually when I have a depoof moment like that, it's like I have a lot of bathroom problems. I have to go to the bathroom a lot. It's like one of those things. And I'm just like, oh God, if that's what I'm going into this spring with eclipse season and all this crap, like I might look really different by the end of spring too. And that's going to have more implications, because that's the other thing too, is like when you're introverted, you don't do well with like changing social dynamics. Like it's very hard. It's like I felt like I had to work really hard to create something with the way my body was before. And now I have to change everything. And then even if I change it, it's going to have to change again. So it's like I don't know what to do. Like I can't keep up. It's like regulating AI. That's what it feels like. I can't keep up with it because it's like as soon as I get used to this, then it will change again, you know? Because what's probably going to happen is I'll be the one that's jealous now or that's insecure now. And then I'll start dealing with people who are jealous and insecure of me. And I don't know how I'm going to deal with that because that'll probably start happening more too. But that's later down the line. But it's like, I don't know what to do. Or I don't know how I'm going to navigate that. I hate when I was young, I had an old man come up to me and be like, "You're too pretty to not be smiling." Oh my God. You know what's crazy is I've actually had someone say that to me before. I don't know if he said pretty, but it was literally on that level. Like he was like, "Why aren't you smiling?" I don't remember when that happened. I think it was in 2020. It was something like that. Obviously, period. You're supposed to make conversations with everybody and be really extroverted all the time. Oh gosh, I can't even be sassy because that muscle is all fucked up. And you're just like, yep, that's your dopamine problem. Woohoo. And I'm like, damn it, God, that's so bad. Oh my God. That is so bad. So Bot was doing research last night, and apparently when you're obese, your dopamine's lower, which is great. Um this 50-year-old was following me around trying to talk to me. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Cheesy. Lisa's cheesy. Lisa's trying to have Riz. I need to get on like I need to get on a hate forum or something. That's what I need to do. I was fighting with Swifties. I was. But that kinda died because 'cause I'm like, "This is a waste of time," and Swifties are not they are not worthy opponents, I will just say, they're really not. They have no comebacks whatsoever, and they just all are lame, so they're not good. Not good. They're worthless, they're not worth my time. Oh my gosh. I need to film for my channel. I'm gonna try to film tonight. Hopefully, I don't sound too Poindexter tonight, but I really feel Poindextery very crazily. So, but it's fine. I think it's okay. I think maybe I just don't like it. I think other people might be okay for the most part. I mean, yeah, apparently I triggered ASMR guy, but he also did respond, didn't he? I got a response, didn't I? I was noticed. So, a resurgence of the Speak Now era. I'm having like a bunch of resurgent eras. I'm having like a resurgent Speak Now, a resurgent Midnights, and then every like end of winter, I get Evermore vibes. But that's just because Evermore is wintry, so that's just like a seasonal thing. But yeah, weird. But I don't know. To me, it's like I just don't. I'm trying to be not horrifically nasty or anything like that, but it's like even if I barely say anything, people are triggered. So it's like, I don't know anymore then. It's like at a certain point, I'm the kind of person where I give up, you know? It's like I just don't care. I just am like, well, what does it matter then? And then I just do what I want, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. But I guess in conclusion, I'm going to end this one. This one's going to be a little shorter, but in conclusion, what I'm going to say is I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of like if this hormonal thing gets worse. But also, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe I'm just being extra. So, I don't know. I guess let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh gosh. I hope so. Oh my god. I mean, I feel like I used to. That's what's weird is I really was like this when I was younger. So I'm like, is this me or is this like, it's weird. But it does make sense because I'm not dying. I'm getting out of that. So it's chemicals and hormones, I guess. It's also probably my personality. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go. I had enough rant. I'm done now. I'll talk to you later. Bye.